Hey there, I'm Tessa Santarpia, co-founder and quantum consciousness coach for VISUALIZEin360, a next generation health and wellness service. First off, thanks so much for taking the time to explore our page and watch this video. I am really excited at the opportunity of working together. So if you're anything like me, you may have come to realize just how frustrating the traditional healthcare system can be. It's like it hasn't fully grasped the importance of prioritizing proactive solutions that help us to live well over reactive band-aids that just help us when we're sick. And stress and anxiety is a signal from the body that something is not right. We're off balance. And it could be that we're struggling with repetitive negative thoughts, or we haven't healed from trauma, or we haven't created boundaries with other people, or even past versions of ourselves that have caused us pain. So, if not addressed, stress will manifest in the body as physical disease. It clouds our ability to think clearly and feel powerful in the world around us. Now, when it comes to managing stress, it's not as simple as mind over matter, force yourself to think positively. It's just not something we can consciously do for extended periods of time. But emerging science does reveal that the mind and body can be programmed. And this is done subconsciously, meaning through repetition over time. And you may have heard this term biohacking, which sounds really intense, but in its most basic sense, it just means making your biology work for you instead of against you. It's retraining the mind to think differently and your body to feel differently so that you can completely transform the way that you live. And once you establish balance and harmony within the body, then you can more easily achieve your goals, you can drive more financial success, and you can form deeper and more authentic relationships. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here just because I love a visual. So quantum consciousness coaching is a fusion of science and spirituality. And when I say spirituality, I don't mean anything religious. I just mean energy. Physics has told us for over a century, dating all the way back to Einstein and his contemporaries, that everything is made up of energy, meaning we have energetic dimensions within us, in addition to our physical, mental, and emotional aspects. And it's actually on this level that we're going to enact change. Quantum wellness shows you that success is not just dependent on hard work and struggle. It's a creative process that can be accelerated through quantum leaps of consciousness. Now, I'm not a typical coach. I was in the traditional healthcare spaces, managing multi-physician practices, optimizing mental health clinics, and leading clinical research teams. But it was my passion for holistic medicine that led me down some more non-traditional paths. I traveled to India to study the inner workings of meditation and to South America to work with Peruvian shamans and become a trauma-informed plant medicine facilitator. I then became a high-performing flow states coach trained under the Flow Research Collective. And what all of these experiences taught me is the extraordinary power of altered states of consciousness and how easy it is to tap into them to redefine the way we live and heal ourselves from within. So my story is a little special because I got to co-found this company with my mom, Dr. Susan Santarpia, and my sister, Nina Santarpia. And for as long as I can remember, we were fascinated with studying the ways we could overcome the limitations of the mind and body and really explore what's possible, what we're capable of. So Dr. Susan Santarpia is a one-of-a-kind neuropsychologist. And I'm not just saying that because she's my business partner. She has a view of mental health care that is unparalleled in the industry. She recognized very early on in her career that passive talk therapy wasn't helping her patients. They would come to her and say, "You're the fourth, fifth, eighth person I've seen, and I'm still not getting anywhere." So she started exploring the mind-to-body connection and quantum healing and visualization, which at the time were so taboo to even mention in a clinical setting. But she witnessed extraordinary results with her patients. And you can see many of our testimonials even mention her directly, like Marilyn, who mentions she evolved more as a person under her guidance than she has in her entire adult life, or Jay, who highlights her life-changing feedback that he had searched everywhere for. And my sister Nina brings an entirely different subset of science into the equation. She's a sustainable energy engineer, passionate about fostering a deeper connection with the natural world. She spends a lot of time living in a van, living off the land, learning to live as minimalistically and sustainably as possible. Every aspect of her lifestyle, from her home to her diet, is a reflection of her values, and it's deeply inspirational to be able to learn from her. She's also a certified yoga and meditation instructor who recognizes her practice is not just a tool to elevate her own well being, but also a tool to elevate the collective well being of the world at large. So she reminds us that holistic health includes that of the planet, and that strengthens us to a cause so much larger than ourselves. But enough about us. I'm going to dive in and give you an overview of what you can expect with VISUALIZEin360. So it's an all-in-one wellness program that gives you access to all of the tools that you see here on the screen. Now, I grew up having to take separate courses for each of these, and that really added up financially. And a lot of the time, I still didn't fully understand how they all connected. So our purpose here is to establish a foundation that underlies all of these practices so you can better implement them into your routine and have results that last you the rest of your life. It combines really timeless ancient wisdom with emerging research to create a blueprint that will transform the way you not only perceive yourself, but how you perceive your entire reality. And it will expand your sense of what's possible and what you are capable of. In other words, it will help you achieve these higher states of consciousness. And within this transformative power comes the understanding that life happens for you, not to you, not against you. It's not a series of random events that you have to hope works out for you. It's an incredibly beautiful and intelligent unfolding that seeks to serve your best interest. You just have to learn to align with it. We also synergize the world's greatest visionaries and thought leaders, offering a number of resources that extend well beyond the course material. So phase one is cognitive behavioral therapy sessions with Dr. Susan Santarbia. But this is a special form of therapy. It's a goal-oriented, solution-focused approach that will give you the tools necessary to navigate whatever comes your way. The point is to really empower you to thrive in the midst of stress, uncertainty, or adversity, all really inevitable parts of life. And these sessions will capitalize on the science of neuroplasticity, so you can learn practical techniques to physically rewire your brain and create more space for opportunity and expectation of success. Now, phase two is quantum manifestation. So you'll learn how to tap into the science of manifestation and use techniques like visualization and flow states to achieve higher states of consciousness throughout the day. And this is where we deliver a tailored strategy to turn your dreams into a reality. And this is really exciting because we've entered a space that former generations could have only dreamed to imagine. I mean, we're pushing the limit on what's possible every single day. We have the most successful people in the world in every industry talking about the power of visualization to achieve their goals. We have people building 6, 7-figure businesses all while traveling the world. And we have others accomplishing extraordinary feats that weren't previously thought possible. And it's all because universal energy is shifting. We're learning now that all sense of limitation lives within the mind. And once we change the way we think, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities of how good life can really get. We tap into our true nature so that we can learn to express more joy and pursue things of real value. So phase three is where it gets fun because we allow you to customize a plan that caters to your interests. What would you like to learn more about first? It's important to note that the wellness practices you see here on the screen are not just leisurely activities that make you feel good in the moment. They are science-based neurobiological techniques that transform the way you think, feel, and behave over time. And they do this by enhancing the energy body. In other words, they create a sense of space within you. Now, why would you want to do this? So you can hold positive and negative frequencies, two contrasting emotions at the same time. Because without this sense of space, if something negative happens, you're dragged down by it emotionally. And you no longer have control over the direction of your energy because it's attached to this painful experience. And when that happens, the energy becomes trapped, takes a harder toll on you. It lingers with you longer. You may wonder why you can't stop thinking about it or why you feel so heavy because of it. You've unintentionally identified with it. And when you live in this state, you pave the way for more negative experiences and more feelings to accumulate. But with a larger sense of space, energy gets to move more freely. Negative experiences still occur, but it's as if you can process them at a distance. You're not dragged down by them. And eventually they can then pass through, leaving no trace. And lastly, I wanted to highlight that we've collaborated with a powerful team of breathwork facilitators, meditation instructors, and integrative health coaches who will all support you in this journey. Now, because we're a family unit, we understand the importance of a strong support network and want to give you access to more than just tools. We offer a team that you can rely on and trust in. We're all navigating time and space together, and our connection will extend well beyond this initial program. So if you're interested in learning more, share your email below and I'll send you a free copy of our ebook, which outlines the most effective ways to achieve higher states of consciousness and radicalize your well-being. And of course, I would love to meet with you face to face. If you feel ready to schedule a consultation, go ahead and use the link through my calendar, or feel free to reach out via DM. I handle all of our messages personally, and would love to hear from you.